been enlightened. But for that, one has to understand in Sahaja Yoga, you have to be collective. We don't have elaborate things as people have, big places, because they make money out of it. But we have humble, nice places where you can come, forgetting what your position is, what your standards are, just as ordinary seekers you come there, and you become a master of this art. Once you become the master, anyone, any race, anyone can become the master and can make so many people yogis, means realized souls. This is the blessings of the modern times. It could not have been possible in the olden times. You see, it's a mess, we can call it, the illusions and the whole stress and strain, as he was saying. All this put together has brought forth the necessity for people to seek something beyond. And that's how you are here as chosen ones who want to have your self-realization. This is for the introduction today, but tomorrow I would like to tell you all about Sahaja Yoga. The collectivity is the only way you can be cleansed out. There's no other way out. But very simple. Formerly people had to go to Himalayas, stand on your one leg or on your head for years together, do this, do that. No penance, no sacrifice, no sufferings, nothing. But you have to come to the collective. You have to give some time to yourself and to your realization. Now about meditation, you don't have to meditate. You are in meditation, where you become thoughtlessly aware. When you are in the present, spirituality starts growing. So the meditation is only to achieve that state, which is very easy also in Sahaja Yoga. So you are in meditation, you do not have to meditate. This is what it is. And also, as he said about Buddhism, the Buddha also said that the future Buddha will be Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva means not that they will only get enlightenment, but they will spread it to their societies, to their countries. And this is what it is, today's Buddhism. I hope the Buddhists understand that and get the benefit of it instead of thinking of sacrificing and becoming ascetics. There's no need to do that. Those days are gone. You have already done all these things in previous lives. In this life, now you enjoy the fruits of that. Thank you very much. Of course, today is the first day, and I would like you to ask me some questions about Sahaja Yoga, anything like that. एक हिंदुस्तानियों से बात ये करनी है कि आप लोग यहाँ पर आते हैं और बीच में से ही उठ के चले जाते हैं. ये आपका धरोहर है, आपका हेरिटेज है, और आपको इसकी कोई इज्जत नहीं. सारे हिंदुस्तानी बीच में उठ के चले जाते हैं, लोग देखते ही रह जाते हैं कि क्या पागल लोग हैं, यहाँ आए काहे को थे. जैसे ही रियलाइजेशन शुरू हो जाता है, उससे पहले उठ के चले जाते हैं. इतनी बेवकूफ़ी लगती है और दिखने में इतना भद्दापना लगता है. आपको आना ही नहीं चाहिए था, और अगर आप आए थे तो आप शांतिपूर्वक इसे प्राप्त करें. जो चीज़ प्राप्त करने की, ये आपका हेरिटेज है और ये आपको प्राप्त करने का. पर मैं देखती हूँ कि सब हिंदुस्तानी लोग इसी तरह से बेवकूफ़ियाँ करते हैं. कुछ अच्छे भी हैं, ये नहीं कि नहीं है, पर अधिकतर हिंदुस्तानी लोग उठ के पहले चल देंगे. अब इंग्लैंड में तो ये हो गया कि कोई हिंदुस्तानी आता है, उनको पीछे बिठाते हैं. मैं कहा क्यों? कहें तुम्हें अधिकार ही नहीं. तुम यहाँ आए हो इंग्लैंड में, तो जैसे आम का पेड़ इंग्लैंड में आ जाए तो उसमें आम तो आएंगे नहीं, पर सेब भी नहीं आएगा, वो हालत है. सो आपको जैसे कहीं गुरु शॉपिंग में लोग घूमते हैं, इस तरह से अगर घूमना हो तो गलत बात है. हिंदुस्तानियों को तो ज़्यादा इज्जत होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि ये सब उनका धरोहर है. उनके कोई ऐसा धर्म हिंदुस्तान में नहीं हुआ जिसने आत्म साक्षात्कार की बात नहीं करी. तो कृपया जो भी हिंदुस्तानी लोग हैं, कम से कम इज्जत से बैठे रहें. बेइज्जती नहीं होनी चाहिए अपने देश की. All right, if you have any questions, please ask.
There are some microphones with numbers on them if you want to speak into those. Are there any questions? I really can't. Could you explain the superego? Right. They would like a little more explanation of the superego.
About?
The superego, the top of the left hand.
I see. Now these are actually psychological terminology, but in the actual Sanskrit scriptures, they are called by some other name. But in psychological terminology, say it is expressed like this. Especially Jung has done a lot of work on it, that a mother is nursing the child, and the child is very happy. So, then mother wants to take the child from one side to another side. So the child feels very hurt. His ego is hurt. He's enjoying something. So his ego develops. Then she says, don't do that way. So the conditioning comes in. So the conditioning develops. But actually it has something more scientific than that, which I have explained to people what happens because our brain is like a prism. And when the rays of awareness passes through it, it goes into refraction. And because of refraction, the right side rays go to the left and left side rays goes to the right. That's why if you have paralysis of the brain on the right side, your left side gets paralyzed. But the central part is straightforward, and that's how the Kundalini goes down and settles there. Because of this refraction, we have a problem. This refraction, if it is broken into two resultants, one goes inside the spinal cord as left sympathetic or right sympathetic, and another goes out. And the one which goes out reacts, especially in human beings because their brain is more conical and has refractory qualities. So when you see something, you start reacting. And this reaction builds up on one side, it builds up from this side, from the left side, whatever comes in builds up the right side thing, what we call as the superego. And from the right side, whatever is enters builds up the ego. But it's quite a long thing and can be explained to you much more. When you come to Sahaja Yoga, you'll be amazed that it explains this Chinese idea also of the brain very clearly.
Dear lady, you said that we can be in a state of meditation. Well, for me, if I am listening to someone that vitally interests me, my mind becomes quiet. Say, good music. How are we going to have this state of meditation otherwise?
What's it? I couldn't get you.
You're saying, Shimala, that if we have quietness, if we are quiet, if we are quiet, or if we are listening to music, this calms down the mind. How can we possibly have meditation any other way? I think he's querying. You were saying, you have to be in meditation. You don't meditate.
This side you covered there. I think follow this light is too.
He was saying he doesn't understand how we get into meditation without being quiet.
Oh, yes, that's it. So the question is, how can we get into meditation without becoming quiet? This is what I have explained already, but I'll explain again. That brain is all the time bombarded with thoughts. That's why we are not quiet, isn't it? And these thoughts are coming to us from the past or the future, and we are in between. The problem is that we are jumping on these thoughts, so we are not quiet. We cannot be quiet. Agreed. But when this Kundalini rises, she pierces through this area, as I told you, is Agya Chakra. She pierces through. Then she sucks in those two areas, conditioning and ego. And you become quiet as a result of that. And you then stand in the present, not in the future or past. So you automatically become quiet, which you will just now.
You mean to say that with a noisy mind, I can sit down and do the Kundalini, and then I will have a quiet mind. Is that right?
He's asking, are you saying that no matter what is going on, you can sit down and raise the Kundalini and you'll be in meditation?
Of course. You become a witness. You become a witness of the whole thing. Another analogy I'll tell you. If you are in the water and there are waves, you are afraid of them. But supposing you get into a boat, then you see those waves, you are not disturbed. But supposing you become a great swimmer, you can go down and bring many more in the boat. It's like this. It happens that way. It quietens you. Absolutely. That's the first thing happen, that you become thoughtlessly aware. All right?
Thank you. Thank you.
May God bless. It's a very good question, because many people say, you meditate without quietening you. How can you meditate? When you are meditating, you are thinking, I'll miss the bus, I'll do this, I'll do that. So how can you meditate? You're worried about what's going to happen to my shares, what's going to happen that. And at that time you are thinking of meditating. You cannot meditate. It's of course true. But it quietens you. And it gives you a state, what we call the witness state, where you start seeing everything as a drama and a play, because you are away from those problems. You see them clearly. And then, because you can see them, you can solve them also. That is the state you have to achieve. That's all. Very simple it is. You just automatically achieve it, because it's built in within you. What a tremendous slide.
However, expected to cope with the pain and conscience of these things that are occurring, especially since I think it's happening when people looking for relevant information.
The lady says that although she doesn't consider herself a psychic, she finds herself tapping into many of the violence and difficult things that are happening in society. How can she cope with the pain of this?
Yes, because you must learn how to protect yourself. After realization, they tell you how to protect yourself, to begin with. Afterwards, you are protected automatically. You don't know how to protect yourself, is the point. It's very important.
He says there must have been a state in our lives where we were connected with this power. How did we lose it?
You lost it long time back. That's it. You were connected, that's true, but it's Adam and Eve. That's the point. When we lost God, we had to take to this course of evolution. They wouldn't accept. So we had to go through this long process. Yeah, that's it.
If the body is in a worn state, if it is unhealthy, and parts of the body are worn out, can the Kundalini repair this damage?
Yes, it does. That's what I said. Of course. This, you see, all our health, all our mental being, physical being, emotional being, spiritual being is all managed, nourished by these centers. Because they go out of care. For example, this is the left and the right side center meet, and once we start using them too much, you see, there's a constriction. It can sometimes break also. Then all these psychosomatic diseases start. But the Kundalini passes through this and just nourishes them. So, it's all right.
May I just have a question, please?
Yes, please.
I'd like to ask, unfortunately, the acoustics in this place leave much to be desired, and I find it very difficult to understand you. I'd like to ask you, how does one start the practice of meditation?
Oh, very
What
good
must
question.
one do, please?
You are a real seeker, I must say. That's why I could hear you so clearly also. Yes, we'll do just now. We started just now. This is nothing, it's just to connect you, that's all. And that will take no time. And then, of course, you have to go to our collective to know what's the problem is there. But connection is not difficult.
Well, I fail to feel anything in myself. I find that I'm not meditating at the present moment. I don't see how anybody else can, quite honestly, with all due respects.
Without what?
He feels that he is not meditating himself, and he doesn't see how anybody else can.
I came here to find how.
That is what we propose to do shortly.
Yes.
I see. But as I said before, the acoustics here leave much to be desired, and I find it very difficult to hear.
You can't hear.
I don't know about anybody else. But,
What he's saying, he can't hear.
He's having difficulty hearing.
All right, can you come this side? You are such a great seeker. Please come this side. Is everybody finding it difficult to hear? Which this area is difficult? Oh my, in such a big hall you have made it, I don't know. All right, come along. There's space here. You are a great seeker. Come along. It's all right, because I think that area is the... Sardaar ji, aapko sunai nahi de rahi meri baat? He can hear. He says he can hear. You should move into this line. I think this line may not be. What do you say there? Can you hear me that side? Not Sir Yogis will always hear, but otherwise. If you can just move one seat inside, maybe. All right? Please come. You are a great seeker, I must say. The question is so good. Yes. Now, can you hear me? It's better now? What's he say? What is he? Huh?
He's concerned about the echo in the building.
I know it is, but what to do now? You know, this hall is so famous, you have no idea. I went to New York, and they told me, Mother, they want to call you to Harlem. Will you go there? I said, why not? They said, no, it's a very dangerous place. I said, there's no danger for me, I'll definitely go. I went there, and they were having a television show out of me. And the hall was just like this. I was surprised. And then they showed me the picture, the gentleman who was the comparer. He said, Mataji was in this hall in Sydney, which is the absolute copy of our Harlem. Some American came and did this. Imagine. And they were telling me that this hall is exactly, every bit of it is what is in Harlem. And I thought it would be a good idea to be here, but I'm sorry if you can't hear me. It's really, it is such a world-famous place. Must be something told to these people that they should do for acoustics.
Did you hear that, Sima? She says she'd like to know a little bit more about the left side of the body, the feminine side. She has pain in that area.
You want to know everything today only, is it? You will know everything, all right? This, for God, there is nothing like feminine and masculine. That's our call. The power of God is the feminine. Without the feminine, God is just a witness. So it's like the moon and the moonlight. Do we differentiate between the two? It's only human error that we differentiate like that. Between God and His power, there's no differentiation. So this problem of feminine and masculine is our mental problem. Comes from both sides. But after Sahaja Yoga, you know what it is. It's nothing. It's just a myth. In India, we don't have this problem at all, much. Of course, there are some men who are very oppressive and all that. But the girls are taught how to handle these men also. Because, you see, men are like children, really. And women have to be more deft in handling household because they are the preservers. They have to preserve the society. They are responsible for the society. There's nothing wrong if a husband says, do like this or do that. You see, it's all right, just like a child, after all. Doesn't matter. But the way things are now is we don't know how to handle them. Now we are lost a little bit. Doesn't matter. In Sahaja Yoga, you'll learn everything. Such nice relations we have, beautiful families, beautiful children. You'll be amazed to see this society. Once in a while, of course, there could be a divorce. Once in a while, there could be something wrong. But mostly, they are wonderful people. Very loyal, very family-loving, beautiful people. This problem gets solved because it's out of ignorance. We feel that way. All right? This problem just gets dissolved in Sahaja Yoga completely. Doesn't exist. How did I?
Is there such a thing as Shaktipat? Is there such a thing as Shaktipat in...
No, it's now becoming a misnomer, Shaktipat. See, it's like Shaktipat has become like a dead spirit being put into people. Shaktipat means a person who is powerful. Through her power or through his power can awaken the Kundalini, but it doesn't happen like that. It's always a spirit. They put a spirit on the person and the person starts behaving like a mesmerized personality. Gives away all his money, gives away everything, he suffers bodily. What about TM? See now, TM takes such a lot of money. That is one of the worst type of exploitation. I came to know about it because the director of the TM, of the Flying Academy, came to me. It's an absurd stuff. And his wife, his deputy director and his daughter, all were suffering from severe type of epilepsy, severe type. They got cured, of course. Then they told me the story, which was horrifying. This gentleman was a diamond merchant. And his wife was a granddaughter of a Duke, very rich people. Because it came as the first thing to them and big promises, they joined. So in the beginning, so many people, even barristers in England, so many people joined them, thinking that something new is going to happen to them. And this happened in such a manner that they were all enamored by it. So first, They said they will be given mantras. They had never heard the word of mantras or anything. Poor English. You see, so many years they lived in India, they didn't know the meaning of mantra also. I wish they had learned something, would not have been so much deceived by these people. So they gave 3 mantras, one or the other, which were not Sanskrit, which were not mantras, and they paid 3,000 pounds at the gate for these mantras, 3,000 pounds. And the mantras were Inga, Pinga, Tinga. Now, any Indian would know what it is nonsensical. It's not Sanskrit, it's something a local thing. Inga means the bite of a scorpion. Then, Pinga means when a person goes round and round. And Tinga means you show like this. Can you imagine paying 3,000? All right, this was over. Then they said, we can make you fly about 3 feet higher than the ground. I don't know, why should you fly at that level? What is the use? In any case, you fly. I mean, if you want to fly, you can fly anywhere in the world. But this 3 feet, I didn't understand. Already we had a jam on the road. And these 3 feet people flying there, what would have happened? So, I mean, to English to be that stupid, I can understand other people, but English. So many of them went to Switzerland in a remote place. And there they were given some foam mattresses to jump on with some mantras. They had to pay 6,000 pounds that time. And for 6 days, they drank the water which had boiled the potatoes. Then the 7th day, they ate the rind of the potatoes. And 8th day, they were given the potatoes. It was 6,000 pounds. And they were jumping on these foams, and they broke their bottoms, many. And then they put a case against TM, and you'll be amazed that TM has paid them. So every time they started a new stuff like Rajneesh, you see, from one to another. So ultimately now they are on Ayurveda. Now, why should you have TM for that? If you want to have Ayurveda, anybody can have it directly. All these stupid things they are doing, and people go to them. It's absolutely wrong. First of all, you must see, before going to any one of them, what is the achievement of a person who has been there? What did he gain? First thing. This is first test. And second is, why do they take money? They have collected billions and billions of pounds. And these Rolls Royces, I mean, what is the interest of a saintly person in Rolls Royce, tell me? It is equal to the dust of his feet. This life, I am sort of born in a royal family and married to a rich man and all that, and he has cars and this. But it makes no difference to me what car I use, where I sleep. I don't have to seek any comfort, as long as there's this comfort of my spirit. It's very surprising that how you people really fell into this trap. The best part, they would say, but mother, how could you tell us lies? Oh, Indians are very good at that. Don't know. They have learnt it from English only, but very good at it. Telling lies is very easy for them. There are some who have to at least tell 100 lies morning till evening, otherwise they won't eat their food that time. So what is there? How could you be that naive? That's what I told them. So many have now become just recluses because all were mesmerized, they were all possessed in a very bad shape. They couldn't even see a garlic or a lemon. They shake. I don't know what sort of spirits they are possessed with. Of course, these people are cured now. That fellow became bankrupt, so he has gone to South Africa. His wife is also there. It's a fact. He's writing a book. Somebody tried to kill him also. So one has to understand, what do you want? And you are not to ask any questions, just you pay the money, otherwise you can't get it. This is what happened with religions also. They have become money-oriented or power-oriented. So they have deviated from reality. I have to tell you the truth. Well, I'm not here to collect anything from you, but to give you something substantial. That's your own. What's it you want to say?
Other people such as Satyananda and Muktananda and Yogananda have all taught Kundalini techniques and initiated people into Kriya Yoga.
If you ask me, Muktanand, better, there is a very big article on him, better read it and you'll be horrified. All of them. If you have got, now see, once you get the Kundalini raising, then you don't go into funny gestures and things. You become the most normal person and knowledgeable. You should know how to raise the Kundalini. You should know what are the chakras are, how they are working it. You have to become a self-realized personality. Just because you brand something, you don't become anything. You must respect it. You must have self-esteem. What did you get out of it? Why are you retaining someone like that? It's important. Why should you stick on to someone? What have you got? Have you got powers to raise Kundalini? Can you feel the chakras of others? Can you feel your own chakras? That's it. All right? So you should know your own powers. It's no use talking about these people because I have got so many people sick from them. I just don't want to say, but if you want, I'll send you all the articles that are published now against them. Horrible ones, what they have done. Especially this Nityanand. Nityanand was a real asshole. What is his name? Muktanand.
In that case, are their techniques false?
That's it. What did he say?
Are their techniques false?
Absolutely. They are false, they have no techniques, nothing. They just put a spirit in you. Simple as that. We call it as Preta Vidya, Smashana Vidya means the knowledge of the dead. That's what they do, mesmerize. Even your charismatic is the same, and this Pentecostal is the same. It's all the same. What powers you get is the point. What did you get? I'm a mother. So I'll say, my child, what did you get? All right? May God bless you. Thank you. Who else is there? Yes, gentlemen. Could you hear him?
How do you make the Kundalini stronger?
That's a good question. First, you'll get your realization, then you go to the collective, and the Kundalini will rise by itself. And there are people, Sydney especially is a very good place for becoming a master of Sahaja Yoga. It's a very good place. So we have already arranged, they are very anxious. They'll do it all free of charge. It's not like one introduction is free and then come along, give the money, nothing of the kind. All free, they will work it out. They are not even aware that they are doing all this. It's all right for me. But what about them? They are doing all this work for taking no money. These Sahaja Yogis are not even aware of that. I might be the only one crazy one doing that, but what about them? They are so anxious to work it out. They know how to raise Kundalini, they know how to strengthen Kundalini, they know how to detect your problems, and they are there to help you, out and out. All right? May God bless you.
Yes, I'd like to ask, what's the difference between Batik Yoga, TM, and Insight Meditation? The difference between Sahaja Yoga as compared to transcendental meditation, and the other batik yoga and insight meditation, as in Buddhism.
What is the difference between Sahaja yoga and the other meditations, such as Buddhist meditation or TM?
See, the Buddhism meditation is the meditation that was followed at the time of Buddha. All right? That time you have to renounce everything and go to his stupas and to places where to meditate. Now the time has come that you have to get your realization. That is how he prepared the Buddhists to get their self-realization. All right? So that was the beginning. Every religion said you must pray, you must balance yourself. Every religion wanted to do that. That is at that stage, all right? But now you have to get your self-realization for which you have worked. Because he has talked of the future Buddha known as Maitreya and also Bodhisattva. So this state is there. So that meditation is just the ladder to reach the state where you can get your self-realization. All right? So nothing wrong with that. But you have to go further with it.
What about batik yoga?
Huh?
Batik yoga. Batik. Yeah.
Bhakti yoga?
Yes.
See, bhakti also has no meaning without connection. Supposing you have no connection on the telephone and you are telephoning, what's the use? Bhakti is only possible when you are connected.
But they always have a guru or Baba the image of the guru and the Baba to let you in.
What's he saying?
Yeah, I was in Vancouver, Canada, and there's a group of people that are following a Baba. When you meditate, you sort of focus on his image and mention his name. And you do go out for body.
What's it saying?
He says there is a group of people he came into contact with in Canada that are have a guru, and they go into meditation and leave the body.
That's very wrong. Absolutely. Where is it described as meditation? It is the body is taken away by the spirit. Is a very wrong thing to do. It's very, very wrong. Absolutely. If your body is removed from your soul, it's very dangerous. It may not sometimes return. And you know, in the many countries, the children are being taken away by spirits like that, especially in Switzerland. The children are sleeping in another room and suddenly they die. Nobody knows because the spirit is taken away and the spirit is kept away like that. It's a very bad thing to do, is to remove the soul from the body. Instead of that, you must give realization to the person so that his soul is enlightened. It's a very dangerous thing. Never try that trick. You see, all those people who do like that get into trouble. Very much great trouble. I must warn you, because I had cases like that. All right? May God bless you.
One last question, please.
Right.
Once you have awakened the serpent, Kundalini, how do you control it?
How do you control? Because you know about it. You know on your central nervous system. This is what should happen in evolutionary process, that you should know everything on your central nervous system. So it is on in your conscious mind, you can control it. You can control your complete parasympathetic nervous system. That's what, first you get it and then you'll be amazed. But if you have done too much guru shopping, I don't know how far it will work out. But let's see now.
Thank you.
Now I think it's going to be late. No, I think it's all right.
At what age is it good for a child to get self-realization?
Any age. There's nothing, no limits on age at all, any age. Even when the mother is pregnant, they get realization. Yeah, there's no age limit on it. Now I would like to say that I've been answering questions, now sit down, please. I've been answering this kind of questions for the last 21 years, or 22 years I should say. I'm quite an expert now. See? I can answer most of your questions very well, but that's just a mental feat, you must understand. If you have to have your realization, then there is no guarantee about it that you will get your realization. There's no guarantee. I may answer your question, but that doesn't give you the guarantee. Kundalini is something very different. She is your mother. She is anxious to give you realization. And it takes you beyond the mind. So this mental feat is not the way that you can get your realization. So what should you do? Is to desire, first and foremost thing, that I should get my self-realization. The pure desire. That is the pure desire. The Kundalini is the power of pure desire. All other desires are, as you know, are not satiable in general. So, there has to be some desire which is pure desire. When it is satisfied, you get the complete contentment. And this is the power of pure desire within you, because Kundalini is the reflection of the power of God, which we call as Holy Ghost in Christianity, Ru in some other Islamic thing, Brahma Chaitanya in Sanskrit language. That is all pervading power, and the reflection of that within us is this Kundalini. So we too should have just pure desire, I should get my self-realization, that's all. Because these discussions and arguments are of no help, but why I allow you? Because you have freedom to ask me questions, first of all, and secondly, you have to go to the ultimate freedom. Another thing is very important, that while we are raising your Kundalini, your mind should not say, why didn't you ask this question? That's why it's better to satisfy it. But I would say that by asking questions, it is not going to work out. It's going to work out spontaneously by itself. It's a spontaneous living process, and you should only desire that it should happen. It is very simple. But if you complicate it, then it may not work out. So now, we'll have now the session for realization. Will take about 10 minutes, much less than questioning and all that. But I have to tell you at the very outset that I cannot force self-realization on you. I respect your freedom. You have been given freedom to choose whether you want your assent or not. Nobody can force it on you. So those who do not want to have should please leave the hall. But those who want to have are very much welcome, but those who don't want to have should please leave in all civility so that they don't watch other people all the time. But if you want to have your self-realization, if you are a seeker, you should just desire for it and you will get it. Because you have been doing something before, don't stick to it. Don't worry about it. What you need is your self-realization, that's all. So there are 3 conditions which are very simple. The first condition is that you should be absolutely confident about yourself that you all can get self-realization. Whatever you might have done, whatever wrong you might have committed, whatever it has been, doesn't matter. You all can get your self-realization. Most of you will get tonight, if not tomorrow. But be confident. Don't doubt yourself. How can I get it? I never got it. How can I get it? So please have full confidence. This is first condition. Then, the second condition is you forget your past. Means you don't blame yourself. Don't think that you are guilty, that you have done anything wrong. You are not to feel guilty. Not at all at this moment. Whatever has happened is the past is finished now. At this moment, you are not guilty in my eyes and in the eyes of the divine. You are absolutely all right. There's nothing to feel guilty about anything. This is very important. Because if you feel guilty, then you catch on this center here on the left side. Also with mantras and also you catch it, but with guilt. And as a result, you develop a kind of a funny disease called as angina. Also spondylitis. Also your organs become very, very lethargic. Such a dangerous thing is to feel guilty. Those who have told you you are sinner and all that, forget it. It's nonsense to say like this to human beings. You are human beings after all. You are not gods. If you have made mistakes, it's all right. To err is human. And to forgive divine. It's all forgiven. And you will be surprised that how we have burdened ourselves with this idea of guilt. And it goes to any extent. Like one gentleman said, I feel very guilty because so many are killed in Vietnam. I said, how are you related to that? Why do you feel guilty about it? I mean, something far-fetched. He's feeling guilty all the time. All right. So this is the second condition. And the third is even easier, that you have to forgive everyone in general. Now see logically, whether you forgive or don't forgive, you don't do anything. What do you do? Nothing. But if you don't forgive, then you play into wrong hands. The person who might have troubled you, tortured you, whatever he might have done, he is quite happy or she is quite happy. And you are the one who is torturing yourself on their behalf. So what's the use? Torturing yourself? But apart from torturing yourself, you see this center, Agya Chakra, this one, is like this, absolutely, completely blocked. You can say very constricted chakra. It has to open out. And for opening this, you have to forgive everyone. Otherwise, all your life you have tortured yourself and you'll miss out your self-realization. What is the logic for this kind of thing? It's all a mental idea. It's just mental. Throw it away. Forgive everyone in general. You are not punishing them. You are punishing yourself. This is the third condition you have to do. That's all. But I hope I've been able to convince you. Don't feel guilty. Forgive everyone. Don't even think about them in general. Don't think about them in general. And the third thing, as I said, the first one, you have to be absolutely confident about it. So, on the whole, you should be pleasantly placed towards yourself. You should be absolutely pleasantly placed towards yourself. Because you are glorious. You have to discover your glory, that's all. Now, what do we have to do? Few things. It's so spontaneous, but I would like to show you your way, the way you can give realization to yourself. Work it out. This is only for today, maybe tomorrow, and then you don't have to do all this. So now, as the left side, I'll talk about the left and the right tomorrow, but the left side is the power of your ordinary desire. So you put your left hand towards me like this. You can keep it on your lap, like this, symbolizing that you want to have, you desire to have your self-realization comfortably. In Sahaja Yoga, you have to be sit very comfortably. Not bending too much, not bending backwards too much, but in a comfortable manner. Don't turn your head left or right, just keep it in a straight manner. Then you have to use your right hand, which is the power of action, to nourish your centers on the left hand side. It's very simple, we'll show you now how we do it. So, first you have to take out your shoes to take help from the Mother Earth. It will be very helpful for you to take out your shoes, and the tightness on the feet is not all right. Just take it out. I saw it. Yeah. Now, both the feet should be apart from each other as they are left and right. Now the left hand is just like this, simple. There's nothing to be done much, not much. Now, be pleasantly placed towards yourself. Again, I am telling you, there's nothing to be serious about anything. This is a spontaneous thing, living process, which works automatically. Don't be serious about it. It just works. Don't try to control your thought. Don't try to make some sort of a sound or any mantras, nothing. Just keep quiet. Put your left hand towards me. Please now, first thing you have to do is to put your right hand on your heart. Now I'm telling you what is to be done later on, but just now you see first, and you can do it. Now, in the heart resides the spirit. It resides in the heart. If you are the spirit, you become your own guide, you become your own master. So now you take down your hand on your upper portion of your abdomen. This is the center of your mastery. Then you take down your hand in the low portion of your abdomen on the left hand side and push it hard. This is the center for pure knowledge. Surprisingly, people are sometimes shocked to hear that the knowledge is here. Yes, it is. This is the fat which is transformed to the brain and conveys the knowledge, that is enlightened knowledge. So this center gives you the pure knowledge of the divine laws which you automatically follow. Then you raise your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. Now take it on your heart again. Then in the corner of your neck and shoulder, you put your right hand and turn your head to your right. I have already told you about this center, which is really catching very much tonight here. Not to feel guilty. Now, please take your right hand onto your forehead and put your fingers on one side and your thumb on the other and try to take down your head as far as possible. This is the center where you have to forgive everyone in general without thinking about it. Now please take your right hand on the back side of your head and push back your head as far as possible. Here, without feeling guilty, without counting your mistakes, just for your satisfaction, you will have to later on ask forgiveness from the divine power. Now the last power, last center is very important. Stretch your hand, stretch your palm fully. Now put the center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your childhood. Press it hard. Now put down your head. Now the most important thing is that push back your fingers so there's a good pressure on your scalp. Now put down your head and please now move your right hand slowly clockwise 7 times. It is not the hand but the scalp. You have to move it. That's all we'll have to do now. Please close your eyes. You can take out your spectacles and till I tell you, please don't open your eyes. till I tell you don't open your eyes. So please take out your spectacles. Please put both your feet apart from each other. Put left hand towards me on your lap and the right hand on your heart. And now close your eyes, not with any stress or any strain. Just slowly close your eyes. And you have to put your head in a straight manner, that's all. Here now, you have to ask me a very fundamental question about yourself. Very fundamental question about yourself. You can call me Mother or you can call me Shri Mataji, whatever you like. Now, please ask a question in your heart. All the questions are to be asked in your heart, not loudly. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask this question 3 times. Mother, am I the spirit? This is a very fundamental truth about yourself. As I said, if you are the spirit, you become your master. So now please take your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side, and here you ask another fundamental question. Mother, am I my own master? This center is created by very great saints. We can call them as the real prophets, the people who were truthful prophets. Now again, I cannot cross your freedom. I respect it. I cannot force pure knowledge on you. So you have to ask for it. Please put your right hand in the low portion of your abdomen and press it hard. Here, you have to ask 6 times, because this center has got 6 petals. You have to ask 6 times humbly, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Please ask 6 times. As soon as you ask for pure knowledge, the Kundalini starts rising. So you have to open the upper chakras, upper centers, with your self-confidence. So now raise your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen on the left-hand side, press it. And here you have to say with self-confidence. Full self-confidence, you have to say 10 times. Mother, I am my own master. Say 10 times with full confidence in yourself. Mother, I am my own master. You have to know that you are not this body, this mind, these conditionings, this ego, your emotions, but you are the pure spirit. Raise your right hand on your heart, and say it 12 times with full confidence. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Please say it 12 times. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Put your hand on your heart. This all-pervading power of God's love is the ocean of knowledge, is the ocean of compassion is the ocean of bliss. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness. And whatever wrong you may do, it has the power to dissolve all your mistakes. So now please raise your right hand into the corner of your neck and your shoulder and forgive yourself. Turn your head to your right and just say with full confidence 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Say it 16 times. Mother, I am not guilty at all. With full confidence. I have already told you, whether you forgive or don't forgive, you don't do anything. But if you don't forgive, then you play into wrong hands. So, you have to forgive everyone in general, even without thinking about them. Because they are the ones who have tortured you, and now you are torturing yourself. Plus, if you do not forgive, Agya Chakra won't open, and the Kundalini won't rise, and you won't get your self-realization. That's how you will miss the greatest opportunity of getting your self-realization. So now please take your hand onto your forehead across, put your thumb on one side and the fingers on the other, and press it hard on both the sides of the temples. And now put it down, your head as far as possible. Put it down as far as possible. Here again, as I told you, you have to say it from your heart, not how many times, from your heart. Mother, I forgive everyone in general. Please say it from your heart, not how many times. Mother, I forgive everyone in general. I forgive everyone in general. Please take your right hand on the back side of your head and push back your head as far as possible. Push back your head as far as possible. Here, without feeling guilty, without counting mistakes, just for your satisfaction, you have to say again from your heart, not how many times. Mother, or you can say, O divine power, if I have done any mistakes, please forgive me. If I have done any mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me, O divine power. Please say this from your heart. Now the last center. Please stretch your hand and your palm. Put the center of your palm on the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your childhood. Now please try to put down your head. Stretch your fingers. Again I say, stretch your fingers. Here again, I cannot cross over your freedom. I respect it. So, you have to ask for your self-realization. I cannot force it. So, move your hand clockwise slowly, pressing hard on the scalp. And 7 times you just say, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Just say that. Please put down your head properly. And please move your scalp 7 times slowly. please open your eyes, take down your hands and put them up like this towards me. Now watch me. Please put your hands like this, sit straight and just watch me without thinking. Now, put your right hand towards me now and bend your head a little bit and see for yourself if there's a cool breeze coming out of your head. Now you have to take the hand little away from the head and see for yourself if there's a cool breeze or a warm breeze coming out of your head. Now put your left hand like this and put down again your head and see for yourself if in the right hand, on your right hand, if you can feel cool, warm or hot breeze like waves coming out of your fontanelle bone area. Some people get it very far, some get it very close. You have to move your hand and see for yourself. Now the right hand again, please. Again, with the left hand, see if there is a cool or a warm breeze. All right. Now, please put both your hands towards the sky like this. And put your head backwards towards the sky and ask a question. Mother, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Or another question, Mother, is this the all-pervading power of God's love? Or, Mother, is this the Param Chaitanya? Ask any one of these questions 3 times in your heart. Now, please, bring down your hands. Put them like this, without thinking. All those who have felt cool or warm or hot breeze-like thing in their hands, left or right, or out of the fontanelle bone area, on their hands or on their fingertips, please raise both your hands. The whole of Sydney, I bow to you. You all have become saintly people. Some have not got it, doesn't matter. But you'll get tomorrow. Doesn't matter. Maybe some sort of an obstinacy is there, maybe something. It will work out, I am sure. Please forgive yourself for that. I hope tomorrow I'll be here and will not have any questioning now anymore. If you have any questions, you write them and give it to them beforehand so that I'll answer them in my lecture. Now, it cannot be discussed, cannot be talked about, so be silent. Now you are silent within yourself. So keep the silence on. Tomorrow again, I'll explain to you what is the spirit and how it manifests. Apart from that, you can telephone to your friends. This is the best thing you can invite them for, and they can come along tomorrow and we can work it out. Enjoy now. Enjoy. May God bless you.